Welcome back, Madison and Cowboys. How's it going?
Great. Welcome back, Tess.
Thanks. I just turned 30 this weekend. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's, for reference, her birthday's August 2nd. So if anyone wants to put that in their calendars from here on.
Wow, that's really
you
kind.
should.
Madison's is October 15th.
Okay.
And I mean, if we're going to go there, we might as well. But it was really cool because I had no idea really what we were going to do over the weekend. And it was really cool to have my birthday land on a Friday because that's never from, I mean, I'm sure it's happened before, but not in like my memory.
Okay, yeah.
So it was nice because it was like to kick off the whole weekend. And Philip asked me, Philip's my fiance if you're new, he asked me, what do I want to do? And I was like, let's just keep it mellow. Like, that's my MO these days anyways. So whatever that meant was fine with me. I didn't really have expectations. And then on Friday afternoon, I just knew that we couldn't really podcast or do anything past midday. And I was like, okay. So I felt like something was coming.
Right.
And then Philip shows up with a really beautiful brand new bike that I had rode around once like the week before. And I feel like, so for backstory, I had this text message that I happened to see between my family and him. And my mom made a comment in the text thread that was like, make sure she doesn't see anything because she might like see this text and then get excited.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really know what that meant. So I asked him, I'm like, what is going on? And he's like, oh, nothing. I just had to consult with your family about what I'm getting you for your 30th.
Yeah.
So then boom, in my head, I'm like, no, don't buy anything expensive, whatever. When he brings the bike in, I'm like, wow, okay. Like that's what he got me, which is that it is what he got me. But then he goes out and he's like, hold on, one more thing. And he opens the door and my family walks in. Now, my family's divorced, like my parents are divorced. And so my brother, sister-in-law, dad, and grandma show up first. And I thought, no way is my mom coming. And then like within the next hour and a half, my mom shows up, which really knocked my socks off because she lives really far. It's a big deal for her to come down here.
Yeah.
I did not think it was going to happen. So good on you, Madison, for keeping it quiet. I mean, you guys knew about this for like 2+ months.
Yeah. I'm also really good at keeping secrets and surprises. Like this shit is on lock.
Yeah, I'm not. So, I mean, I really
There's like a running joke now in the house that like we don't tell Tess. Like we just can't, I don't know, give her surprises because she'll tell. Only because this one time she told me about something that Phil wanted to surprise me with. So from here on out, now every time we're like, can't tell Tess, she's going to ruin it.
No, I'm going to get better so then they trust me. But so my parents showed up, my sibling, and then Madison's dad came, my best friend, Philip's family, and we ended up having this really beautiful weekend with lots of quality time, which if you know me, that is how I like to best spend my time, is like chill, quality time with them. And so it was honestly exactly, actually, I don't even want to say it's exactly what I had hoped for. I didn't even really know that that was going to be possible.
Right.
So
you thought you were getting some big tangible gift, which in reality it sort of was. It was just not something that you maybe had dreamt of. Mm-hmm. It was something even better, more fulfilling, I would say. Yeah. It was perfect. And the weather was great and everything just worked out really well.
Yeah.
So you're 30.
30. And if you
30 and flirty
are someone who like is worried about hitting that number, don't be.
Nothing the only thing that Tess told me that changed, she got like a few more wrinkles on her forehead like the day she turned 30.
And then all my hair turned red.
Yeah. But other than that, like 30 is great.
No, nothing's different, obviously. We all know that. But I know that as we were approaching 30, a lot of people seemed to like make comments about like, oh wow, 30. And I think it's because when you're little, like that seems like a really
big marker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is a big marker. And
totally.
I don't want to pretend like it's not. And we'll have a different conversation about this another time about like 20s versus 30s. But
I'm thinking next week.
Yeah. But anyways, I just want to, if your birthday's approaching and you're turning 30 and you've been stressing it, don't. It's no need.
Yeah, because nothing really changes. I don't know. A lot of times I just forget what my age is until someone actually asks me. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm 29. And like to say it out loud, because we rarely say it out loud.
I was talking with my grandma came this weekend, which was so special because she turns 90 in February.
Yeah, my dad was like, how old is her grandma? And I was like, 90. He was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
I
because
was like, yeah, she's moving. Like, she's good and she's on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just saying, she was like, oh my gosh, like my baby, me, is 30. Like, wow. And then I was like, yeah, but I don't feel any different. And I assume you don't feel any different either. And she's like, no, I don't. Like approaching 90, like I really, not much has changed. Like mentally, like you obviously have more life experience.
Yeah. And yes,
but you still feel like
the essence is the same as whatever age you choose. I mean, I don't know what an age actually does feel like.
I don't either.
Maybe this is what 24 feels like. I don't know. 24 was whack as fuck, I think. So maybe not, but yeah, you get the point.
Yes. So anyways, I turned 30. I almost said we. I turned 30.
We both turned 30, but we do both turn 30 this year.
Yeah. But I feel grateful that that Philip put it all together and that you were in on it and that everybody was in on it and everybody kept it a secret because that makes you feel so special.
It does.
I didn't think I was someone that liked surprises.
Oh no, I love them because it's basically someone prepares something for you beforehand because they're so conscious of you and they want to make you feel happy. And that to me is what makes it special.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about things that are sexy then, because that's sexy.
Yeah.
That is super sexy. Like, good job, Philip.
Is what sexy?
Is having like how he prepared this weekend.
Yes.
And he knows me so well that he knew that this would be like the best gift of all time was to get everybody I love together.
Totally.
Which that's probably a gift that most people would love. But like for me, my family is like my world. Yes.
Yeah. No, and it's funny because Tess tried to make that like a really smooth transition of like what sexy is, and you did do a good job. But just to go further into that is we wanted to do a segment of like things that we think are sexy, because we say sexy to a lot of things where it's actually surprising, I think, when we're just out in the world and we say, oh, that's sexy. People are like, oh, what? Because a lot of times the things we think are sexy are not overtly sexy.
Right. Like a nice car. Okay, that's sexy. Maybe
dude,
you don't
a
think
nice
that's sexy,
car.
but
I get like a physical reaction when I see a nice car, like a sexy Range Rover, like an Audi. Like you take care of your car. It's clean. It's like luxurious, tinted ass windows, a dark color, probably dark rims. I literally get the chills, like a visceral reaction of just like, fuck that car. Oh my God. It stops me in my tracks. It's a sickness.
You also have like a trained eye with that. Like some people do not care at all about cars and some people do. And you happen to be one of the people that does.
Oh, I love it.
But there's like other things that are sexy. Like we made Bree, our social media manager, we made her crack up because she made this whole PDF, like this whole template thing. I don't even want to call it a template. Like it was like a brand guide or something, and all these ideas and the organization to it, everything was just on par. And we were on a phone meeting with her and we're looking at the same document and we were just like, this is sexy. And she's like, it's sexy. And we're like, yeah, this is like how organized you are and the layout of it. Like you got it going on. Like this is it.
Yeah. And I think that, I mean, sexy is such an objective word, but I feel like our definition of what sexy is very similar. Like it's like a body reaction, but also mental. Like it just matches up. You know that feeling. It's like a fucking vibe of like, I like that a lot. I like that more than like I like it more than love. It's sexy.
It's I'm trying to think of like, it's like a hell yeah. Like it's not even a question. It's like yes. An instant yes for me.
It's just like, woo! Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. And then, I don't know when we decided to talk about this. We're going to get into what we think is sexy. But then we were hiking. This is going to go into a tangent. Okay. We were hiking a couple weekends ago at Torrey Pines. And we saw this man walking. This is something that's sexy, which is like, maybe it's like obscure sexy and maybe not appropriate. But there was this really good looking man, literally like 6'5", just really well put together, cared about his appearance, was hiking. That's hot. And he had his kid in his little backpack. And I seriously, like, I think my mouth dropped when I saw him. I was just like, God damn it, that's sexy. Like that vibe, hot dad, taking care of his family,
It's like
athletic. I was just like, fuck, that knocked me out. I gotta go.
It was like an actualization of everything that you hope to have.
Yes, that you hope and dream.
Yes.
I mean, on the outside anyway, of course.
Right.
But yes, it's like allows me to put this picture in my head of like, oh, it's real.
Yeah.
And
like,
I just saw it.
Yeah.
That's sexy as fuck. Yeah.
Right. We all like, or at least Madison and I, we dreamed. I am seeing it now. Well, like I'm seeing mine come to fruition, and hers is on the way. But like of a provider, of someone who loves you and like can take care of things,
Like,
and
literally, daddy.
we match the energy for sure. But I want to see it in my partner,
in the flesh, absolutely.
And
then also speaking of flesh, is that same day we found the new beach that's in San Diego, which we did not actually know. We did not know of this.
Oh my God,
I've told this story to many people and they go, oh yeah, Black's Beach, that's a nude beach. I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
we didn't know.
How would I know this?
Okay, but before we get into other things that are sexy, we were hiking Torrey Pines, as she said. We saw this hottie. We come down the trail and we're like, let's extend it. Like the clouds are burning off. It
was low tide.
Yeah, we want to take advantage. And we were filming some content anyway. So we're like, yeah, let's just keep walking on the beach. And we started going so far away from the hike that we came down to the beach from. And we round the corner and I'm like, is that guy naked? But he was like kind of in the distance and I kind of had bad vision. And I'm like, is he? And Madison's like, yes, he's absolutely naked.
Yeah, and
like,
we thought it was a one-off. Maybe it was some homeless older man.
Maybe
he doesn't
has
really
like some
know.
Confusion.
Correct.
And
he's
doesn't know
naked.
he's
It's
pantsless.
fine. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't know that he forgot his whole outfit. He's in the bushes. Could be. And then we proceeded to walk and every man that we saw was nude. And we just thought, wow, is this just a trend around here? And then it clicked into our brains. No, this is nude beach.
We felt like we were on like somewhere not in San Diego.
In
like,
Europe or something. It seriously, we're looking at La Jolla and it looks like we're in Spain. And then there's a bunch of naked people. And we're just walking in our workout clothes, just trying to avoid eye contact with
and they're
the
walking
lower half.
straight
yeah,
at
they're
you. And you're like,
walking towards us. And you're just like, okay, I'm trying to be respectful. Like everyone's going to look. I'll look and then I'll look away. And that's it. Mm-hmm. You know, you look when you're at a certain distance so it doesn't look like you're looking.
Yeah.
Because everyone's curious. You just want to see. I've never seen that person naked. I've never even seen that age naked before in real life. Everyone was over the age of 50 probably.
Yeah, so, yeah. It was odd. Majority men.
We saw 2 women.
Yeah.
And they were frolicking in the water. One was.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
I mean, the idea of it is awesome.
Yes.
And
I would
very
love
natural,
to be topless.
But when you're not expecting it, holy shit.
Yeah. And then after about the 8th, yeah, exactly. And then after about the 8th naked person, it's like nothing. It's like, everyone's wearing clothes. Like that's how normal it looked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was something. We felt like little girls.
We were cracking up and there was one guy who was like winching down into the sand. Like he was
doing an activity hardcore, just naked. Imagine that. And then we were laughing because, okay, last thing we'll say about this because we're 10 years old. We were laughing because we saw this man walking towards us as we're on our way back and he was naked and we looked at him and we're like, God, he looks familiar. And then we're like, oh, it's because we saw him on the way out and he had clothes on. And then so we were trying to think like, well, did he just see it was a nude beach? And he was like, oh, fuck yeah, I could take my clothes off.
Like, I don't know.
We're like, we saw him with clothes and then we saw him naked.
I don't know if he was planning on taking his clothes off or not. Maybe he just got struck with inspiration of like, I might try going nude today in public.
This seems normal here. I'm going to do it.
Yeah. We looked it up. It's not technically legal, but they kind of leave you alone if you do it. Like
no one's really regulating. It's
remote.
It is remote. It is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And Madison has been bugging me every day to go back. It's getting annoying. I just want to be like,
I can't help it. I just love seeing naked people. Dude, imagine if I had some fetish like that. I mean, yeah, it would just be, would you try to talk me out of it or would you just ask me why?
No, I'd probably support you.
Really? If I went down there every single day and had
every day I'd be like, we've binoculars. Okay, fucking creep.
Exactly. It was my fetish.
Well, but you could,
you know, like I had to act on it. But I had to be, that is a fetish, isn't it? Where you like hide in the bushes and you view naked people. We've looked this up before. Is it not? It's not voyeurism, is it? Or is
That's
that when you like
watching.
watching people have sex? I don't know. There is a fetish though.
Anyways, God, that got me. No, I would take you to walk the beach every morning so you could get your fix, and then we'd be like, but we have to resume back to normal life. Come on.
Okay, that's really nice and supportive.
Yeah.
I think if you had that fetish, I would be like, I don't
Need
know.
to talk.
Like, this might not be appropriate. Yeah. I would just try to figure out why you liked it. And then maybe I could understand it and I'd be like, all right, we'll set boundaries. Anyway, naked people and back to things that we think are sexy. So let's hear your first one.
I have my list is maybe, again, just kind of obscure, but someone who isn't threatened easily.
Oh. Yes, so that's a good one.
Took a second to process.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah.
When someone is threatened easily, that means that, in my opinion, that they're not very secure in themselves. And so what it essentially alludes to is security.
So are we talking about when a man does not feel threatened, or you're just thinking it's sexy in general when people don't feel threatened?
Yeah, and I'm not saying like if there is a actual threat, like the man wielding the machete at me. Like, obviously, I'm going to feel threatened.
Yes,
right?
of course.
But socially threatened.
Yes, when normal things, when a barista who's good looking at a coffee shop threatens you.
Yeah.
Not sexy.
Not sexy.
No. But when you walk up with that confidence, I'm me, that's sexy.
Great.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. I think it's a lot of times showcased when someone is like in a relationship with someone.
Yes.
And then they're not secure in themselves. So then everything is like kind of like a trigger to them.
Totally.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I agree.
None of that.
No, that's
Chill.
not sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so one on my list. This one is, I think, is an obvious one. So a be ready at 7 kind of guy versus what are you doing? That shit, ooh, gets me.
That's in alignment with planning.
Yeah, just
like
make a plan.
planner.
You want to see me, you plan it.
Especially in the dating
That's what I'm
realm.
saying.
It has
Yes.
to be.
Yeah.
Take initiative.
Yes.
Initiative.
Oh, initiative. Initiative. That is sexy.
Take a little charge.
Yes.
And
Be
if it's-
confident.
And if it's not the right thing, we'll let you know.
Correct. If that's not the right approach, we will tell you versus just being so calm and cool. What are you doing?
I'm busy.
I'm actually, now that you replied that, I'm busy now. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
I don't love when like the ball is always put in my court.
Yes, I was going to say that because the ball is always in my court. You know, like I am single. I have to figure out what I'm doing all the time. Please just tell me what we're doing.
Okay.
And again, if I don't like it, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Like if you say we're going to the fair tonight and you're like, I
Hold
hate
on.
the fair.
Yeah. Love that you plan that, but maybe let's do this instead.
Easy peasy.
Yes. But
Okay.
at least you still said, let's meet at 7. I'll pick you up at 7.
Ooh, that's an extra step.
Sexy, yeah. I like it.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
This one's pretty simple and also very shallow, so bear with me. They have a sense of style.
Oh my God. That, yes. Oh, yeah.
Talk about ooh.
Yeah, that. Individuality. Again, with that confidence. Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, no.
No, we're not.
It actually like starts to get super hot in here. Why does that happen? I used to remember my mom saying things like, oh my God, it's getting hot in here now. And I'm like, I just don't understand that. And I'm like, I do fucking get that. My body temperature is elevated now. I'm excited.
It's the visceral reaction you were talking
it's
about.
a sickness. I love it. Okay. Eye contact. Okay, but this one, this one is specific because if you're a weirdo, don't stare at me for too long. That like really scares me. But if you're dating someone and they're looking in your eyes in conversation all the time, I fucking love that. That is sexy to me. And / or
Okay.
you're dating someone, you're at a public event, you're across the room from one another, you happen to look in each other's direction, you give that eye contact, there's just a gleam, there's some sort of transaction communication that happens with that eye contact, that's sexy. That moment, oh my God, just eyeing each other and being like, yeah. And then back. Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck. I love that shit. It really does it for me.
I'm with you on it all. We're probably going to hear what constitutes a weirdo. You know what constitutes a weirdo.
Okay, yes. Yeah,
like,
you do know.
I don't know you. I'm not showing any interest whatsoever.
Yes.
Why are you eye fucking me? Like,
yes,
stop.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
Like, put your fucking unwarranted.
Yeah. Yes, when it's unwarranted, when I'm not giving the eye contact back to you, you know that I'm probably just not into it. The guy at the yoga studio who scares me. Too much eye contact. I barely look at him and I say, hey, how's it going? And I walk away. Just my eyes dart somewhere else, look back. And he just, like, he's longing for something. I'm like, please, you're starting to freak me out. Okay.
Madison, you know the trick. I've taught you so many times.
Okay, let's hear it. You gotta. You
wafted. You fake wafted.
You would probably like it. Okay.
You gotta be gross, like he has this fantasy of you maybe that you're not gross, and you gotta pull out the grossness. Try it. See if it works.
I would never do that. So bad. I would literally never, and I would never. But I'm open to tactics.
But it's funny.
Avoid. Yeah, it is funny. It is really funny. Every time I go for a hike and someone scares me on a hike, Tess always says to do that, and it cracks me up.
Or like you've seen the video of the girls acting feral, like I put in quotes, acting feral on the way home, where they act like they get really scary on the walk home so that no one wants to pick them up.
That's actually really funny.
Like if you seem deranged, everyone's gonna be like, "Whoa, I don't want to."
Yeah.
Ooh.
That makes
sense. It looks
sense.
like a lot of work.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to try to tackle that. That's scary. Yeah.
I don't know.
Sometimes then I think about me faking that I'm pregnant or something, but then I think maybe they would be okay with that.
They would love it, maybe.
I would have to really push out my stomach really hard. Do you ever do that? Just to look in the mirror and be like, this is what I'm going to look like pregnant? Yeah, it looks cute.
And then I think
it?
It's probably not going to be just here. It's probably going to be up in my chin and in my arms and shoulders.
It's going to be everywhere. Yeah, that's true, huh?
But the fantasy's cute.
Yeah, in the beginning. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I think you're next.
Oh, probably. I just got caught up on The Man Who Scares You.
He reminds me of, what is that show we're watching? What's it? Jacob?
Defending Jacob.
Oh, okay. We're so far into it now. We need to know who did it. Yeah. But it's not great.
We've got a pretty, I don't know. I mean, they lead you to believe it's one person pretty strongly. But Madison's not convinced.
The show's mediocre at best. But there's this one character in the show that I was telling Tess reminds me. The guy who could be convicted of the murder, honestly. That's the guy at the yoga studio reminds me of that person. It just is a vibe. I don't know. And when you feel that vibe as a woman, I feel like just listen to your intuition and maybe steer clear. Yeah. Word for the wise. A word from the wise? I don't know. Anyway. Word from the wise. Your turn.
I think so. Okay. I was just really second guessing my answer on that.
Okay. Well, I'll look it up later.
Someone who knows their priorities.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is someone who is able to say no to things because it doesn't align with their vision for themselves. Or if they do partake in certain things, that it's not like the main driver for them because they've got their sight set on something bigger.
Yes.
Or even if it were to come down to like, I'm learning this a lot myself, like not prioritizing work over health or not prioritizing work over, my important relationships and things like that. Someone who can
like they have their non-negotiables.
Yeah, they've got their non-negotiables and they have perspective and they know what they want. And so boom, priority.
Yeah. And you know what? Okay. So I was on Instagram the other day and I used to have so Tess plays that game with me. He's a 10, but he doesn't have a tongue, whatever it is. Sorry, that one really sticks with me. I think it's just so funny because that was the first time when Phil got in on the joke. So then it reminds me. That's a good one. So then I think we've come across the one where, okay, he's a 10, blah, 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 whatever. Everything's great. But he wants to wait to have sex until marriage. And then I think, okay, I don't know. That's a tough one. Usually I'm like, no, I don't think so. But then I was on Instagram the other day and there was this account that I came across and it was this young kid who's trying to become a D1 athlete, something along those lines. So he's really strict on that and he's into God and practices religion every day. And he's waiting till marriage because he knows what he wants in his life and he wants to go for it without that distraction. And then I just thought, I respect that. That willpower and determination, that is sexy. And maybe you could wait. I don't know. So I just thought that was interesting to have that perspective change, you know, like when you start to understand something, you're like, okay, I get that. So yeah.
Yeah.
It reminded me of just the non-negotiable thing. Like that's that guy's hard out. He's just like, yeah, like I want a relationship, but I'm just saying that like muddies the water. Like, oh, interesting.
Cool.
I know.
Great.
So yeah.
I don't have anything else to add to that other than like, that's really impressive that someone has their mind made up.
I know. I thought so too. Especially like being like a young guy. Like he's probably like 21 or something. We'll see how it happens as his life progresses. But, you know.
It's like the biggest hoe in town.
Yeah, I know.
No,
all of a sudden he's just like, fuck it. No, but I was just like, I respect that. It's tough. Like in a world where your friends are not doing that. Like to be that lone wolf because you want to be, you know, whatever he was trying to be, that athlete. Just like, hell yeah, I respect that. Mm-hmm. So there's that. And then, okay, so the rest of mine are very non-traditional. They don't even have to do with men.
Okay, let's hear it.
And to be fair, obviously there's so many things I could list in the men category that I think are sexy, obviously. But these are more non-traditional. Okay, the sound of a dirt bike. Oh my God,
Madison, why'd you pull it out?
I was on a hike the other day. We've thought this for a long time because we grew up riding dirt bikes. But I heard it on the hike the other day and I was like literally looking for it. I was like, dude, that sound, is fucking sexy. On a primal level, the sound of a dirt bike really revs me up also. I just love it. So that's one.
We'll make it your alarm clock in the morning. Get you going.
Just get up ready. I just fucking sprint up from bed. I don't even stand up. I just.
Okay, that's a good one. I want to hear more like that.
Oh, okay. I only have one more.
Okay.
Which we agree on. Good interior design.
Ooh.
Really minimal, sexy, high quality, natural elements, wood floors, probably no carpet in the whole entire house. Just sexy, clean lines. I would even go as far to say outside of the house is similar vibe, good landscaping. Fuck, dude, when I see good landscaping on a nice house, that shit, like, I get hot. That is sexy as fuck. Like, it's stylish. I swear to God.
It is.
It is.
Of course. I mean, that's what it is. It all comes back to that sense of style.
And just the pride in your things and the hard work. Mm-hmm. It just creates the whole picture where I'm like, I want in on that. And it goes with the sexy car. That's what I'm saying. It's just like, ooh, I'm really here for all of that.
Yeah. Sometimes material things, they do it.
Yeah. And it also just does, it's showcasing outwardly how you take care of yourself and your things. For the most part. I mean, I've seen it where not everything is in line, where people don't take care of their health, but they have a really nice car. And you just think, where's the disconnect here? But that's, that just is it. Like, I have contrast within me, obviously. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Okay, let me think. I don't know if I have any that could line up with that. I mean, I could go on a whole tangent about it if I had 5 minutes to come up with a list.
Of course.
But I'll say a couple more that I had written down. And this isn't necessarily in regards to men. It's just like in people in general.
Okay.
Where it's like, yeah, like all of the ones I've said, for the most part, I mean, they apply to men.
Of course.
And
it's even sexier if a man does it.
But open-mindedness.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Nothing worse. than when someone has their mind made up and they're stubborn. And you're like, what? Why are you so convicted in that thought?
Right. And then when they don't want to explain why, that's when it's really bad. That's when just all doors for me just close shut and all right.
Like someone who is really keen on learning and like exploring.
Wanting to expand.
And wanting to hear what other people's life experience is like.
Oh my God. It is sexy. Mm-hmm. Yes. So true.
Someone who works on themselves.
Oh.
You know, puts a little pride into themselves, right?
Yes.
Not just physically, not just like going to the gym, but like
you give a shit.
Yes, you care.
Oh my God. Like carelessness. No. A chill man, awesome. But if you don't care about a lot of stuff, no. Bye. Not sexy.
I could not swipe
like the
fast
flies
enough.
in our house. Yeah, exactly. Bye.
Yeah, no, it's just not going to do it for me.
No, not for me either.
Someone who I said earlier, like, is not threatened. But this other one is a little different. Someone who can really like kind of stay level. Like they don't get easily rattled by little things. Yeah, no moodiness.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to admit, sometimes I can be moody. Sometimes.
Dude, I can definitely be moody for sure.
No comment. Not just
I can. I know it.
But I'm really drawn to people who are like pretty level. And I've said that a million times over, especially on this podcast. And I know that it's not always realistic, right? To have no emotion. I'm not saying to not have emotion, but I'm just saying doesn't get rattled.
Yes.
Like doesn't let shit like deeply affect them where now they're fucked up.
Yeah. I think that makes sense because that's just what we're attracted to is a calm man in that sense. Obviously, he can get passionate about the things he cares about.
Yes.
You know, which
get
is
passionate.
Yeah,
I want to
please,
see you get excited about something.
But for the most part, you're pretty level.
Yeah. And obviously, if there's like something that is really detrimental that happens or really traumatizing.
Yeah, of course. Like you
show
can
the
act.
Emotion.
Yes. You can act on it, of course. Yeah.
But for the most part, chill.
Yeah. I don't need someone to match my moodiness. Again, unless it's for like fun.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. But for the most part, if you're just, I don't know who you are on a day-to-day basis, that's no.
Okay. This one's common.
Okay.
Someone who's kind to others.
Okay.
Now that's like so simple.
Yeah. No,
right?
but that's sexy.
But how embarrassing if you've ever experienced this where like someone's mean to a waiter.
Oh my God.
If you were hot.
Instantly,
nope.
It's a no. That's seriously okay, because then it makes you feel as the woman in that situation. If the man that you're on a date with is mean to the waiter, it's similar to when you have a dog and your dog is an asshole, and that reflects badly on you. That's also why I hate it, because I'm like, dude, I'm out with this person, and then now the waiter thinks I'm a bitch.
Yep.
Yeah,
yep. And now I have to overcompensate.
Yeah, now exactly. So now I have to be super nice. Not only do I have to break up with this person, but I have to be nice to the waiter. Big tip.
Yeah.
Maybe write on the check. I'm so sorry. I don't know him.
The road rage thing. Here's my number in case you.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to hang out.
No, but this goes in line with the road rage thing.
Oh my God.
Like
road
it's
rage.
the same thing.
Bugs
like they don't get hot and heavy over something that doesn't matter because them cutting you off doesn't really matter.
Right.
But also they're just like, sure, go ahead. Come in front of me. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, they're kind about it.
Yes. And they're just secure in themselves and like, that's fine.
Or they can go an extra step, not just being like generally courteous to others. That goes a long way. But like outwardly kind.
Yes.
Where like
it does go out of their way.
Yes. Where I'm watching Philip teach our best friend, Sydney, how to wake surf. And he's sitting on the back of the boat and he's like guiding the rope to help her find the sweet spot. And he's like talking her through it and cheering her on.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Hell
he didn't
yeah.
have to do that, but he cares
course.
and he's kind. And so he does. And that's sexy.
Yes. 1,000%. I agree. Good job. Okay. This is not have to do with men, but I just thought of this. I think many people can agree. You have a whole beach day, the shower after the beach day. And if it's an everything shower,
it should
that
be.
too. Yeah. Just so clean, shaved. Hair's washed, you're tan, you're tired from the sun.
Lotion on.
You get to have dinner after and just relax. That feeling, ooh, it's one of a kind. It's a sexy ass feeling.
Dude, how about this? How about like the night before a 3-day weekend?
Oh, so true.
sexy.
That's like I've told you this before. It's like it was a post on Tumblr probably that was saying the night before the day off is better than the actual day off.
Always.
Oh my God, because you're just thinking up like I get to have the day off. It's the best shit ever.
So many possibilities.
Yeah, exactly. And then the day off, I'm like, aw, tomorrow I have to work.
Damn it.
Yeah, but that's true.
Okay. I'm good on the sexies.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Obviously not an exhaustive list by any means, but we just thought it'd be something fun to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there's this concept. It's a personality test and it's called the cube test. And I heard it on Rick Rubin's podcast, maybe I read it in his book. I'm not really sure, but Rick Rubin was mentioning this. It might have also been on like his YouTube series where he interviews like Kendrick Lamar and all those people at his recording studio. Is it Shangri-La? Oh my God. So tight. If you've never watched those, they're very cool. Okay, so cube test, and I saw this open in my Safari and I was like, oh my God, I haven't done this with Tess yet, so I wanted to do it. Okay, so we're gonna do it. Okay, so it says that it's a personality test. This test encourages you to delve into your inner self, creating awareness of that which your conscious mind is ever so gracefully subdued. So basically, I guess you're supposed to find things out that maybe we didn't know. Okay. All right, are we ready? Okay. So close your eyes.
We're here again.
Yes, we are.
And you wake up and you're on TV.
Good Morning America. Yeah, they're interviewing you in your bed. Okay, so we close our eyes. Mm-hmm. Try to clear your mind. Now picture yourself in a desert. A vast, empty, just a desert. Okay, now picture a cube in your desert. Okay,
wait, pause.
Yes.
Do you know that movie? Don't worry, darling.
Yes.
My brain, because they're out in a desert and it's like high tech. I'm picturing like a cube, right? I'm picturing that.
Well, that's okay. Yeah,
no,
totally.
That's not my idea.
What you mean. No. But you're gonna have to answer some questions. So get back into that headspace. Okay, you're in a desert. Whatever your desert looks like, don't judge your desert. That can be the desert.
We're judging.
Yeah, exactly. Don't judge the desert. If anyone's doing this, just don't judge yourself. Okay. The cube is there. Picture everything you can about the cube and the desert. All right, we got a picture in our head. Now I'm going to ask you guys questions. Ready? Mm-hmm. You can open your eyes if you want. You can keep them closed. In as much detail as you can, describe the cube that you see.
It was really large.
Okay.
Probably like 6-7 stories, like tall, wide, deep, right?
Okay,
so it's big.
Okay.
It's dark in color, but I can kind of see through it and it's reflective.
Okay.
And it's almost like crystal-like, right? Like it's really refractive with its light quality.
Yeah, that's funny because so I did this too, but I just didn't look at the explanation of what our answers mean. So I said that I saw a solid cube too, and the cube was like very proportionate to my desert. Like it wasn't big, it wasn't small. I was just looking at like the vast, like I was in the Sahara Desert. And there are sand dunes everywhere. And I was just looking down at this cube, which I know where this is, why it's in my head, is because I think it's in like a Mission Impossible movie. So anyway, I'm looking at this cube. It's reflective as well, like sexy reflective, of course, like very modern, no lines in it at all. You could probably see your reflection if you walked up. Or it has like that kind of like dark silver vibe where it looks like you could just like poke yourself. Like
liquid.
Yeah, and then you could just fall in like that vibe. Okay. And then it says, did you see the cube embedded in the desert sand on the surface, floating, moving around?
No, sitting.
Okay. And then you already answered it's solid.
No, mine was hollow.
Oh, yours is hollow.
Mine's hollow.
So can you see in it?
Yes, you can kind of see through it, but it's almost like super tinted reflective.
Okay, but you can kind of see into it. Okay,
yeah.
Mine was just like solid. I explained. Yeah, solid. Where you could almost like drop into it and you're like, where the fuck did Madison go? That vibe. Okay.
Oh, okay, no.
Okay. So building on your image, your desert, your cube, a ladder appears. Okay. Describe the ladder.
Okay, well, the ladder matches the cube.
Of course, so did mine, obviously.
Matches the cube, and it's really tall so I can climb up to the top of the cube.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So how is it in space?
It's angled like you would
like you
if
were
you're going
just
to crawl
climb
up
up
onto
it?
Yeah.
Okay, so is it the higher than the cube or same height?
It goes right up to the top.
Okay, same. Mine was just leaning against it like at an angle so you could actually walk up.
Yeah.
Okay. And then as you look at the ladder, a horse now appears.
It's right in alignment with cowboys. This is great. We're in the desert.
Please,
It's modern. It's
exactly.
sexy.
I know.
There's a horse.
Please describe for me what you see.
Okay, the horse. I don't really know how to describe the coat.
Okay.
But it's creamy, and I think we have like lots of pictures saved. Do you know what it's called when it has like all of the spots on it?
Oh, when it's dappled? I know that it's called dappled, but I don't know what the actual.
But it's like rich browns and like tans dappled, so it's like
cute.
really beautiful in color.
Yep.
Long, clean mane and tail.
Okay, so where is the horse in proximity to your cube and ladder?
Well, it's almost like a vignette. Like it's all right there lining up.
It's all next to each other.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it just standing?
Yeah, it's waiting for me.
Okay. You described what the horse looks like. Okay, so for my horse, I said it was a white horse. Like if I'm looking at my landscape, we got the cube that's like, relatively.
You kind of up above?
Yeah, I'm up above. The ladder's leaning against it. The cube is proportionate to the desert, not big or small. The horse is a little bit behind it, like on a sand dune, and it's all white. Beautiful mane flowing in the wind. The horse is also waiting for me. Okay. And then let's see. You now see flowers in the desert. Describe the flowers. Like where are they growing? What color are they? How many are there?
Well, like my brain goes realistic, right? I'm like, okay, well, what kind of flower goes in the desert?
Dude, I thought that too, but I was like, no. What is the perfect flower? Like the flower that you see. It could be any flower. It could be just one flower.
Well, my instinct is a sunflower because it's family ties. I've got them sitting right here.
Gorgeous.
So I think that there's like a whole field, like a whole crop of them growing on a hillside.
Okay.
Like in my head, we're out in Palm Springs.
Okay.
And like it's pretty flat, but Palm Springs obviously has like these rocky hills. So it's not completely flat. And there's like hillsides covered with it.
Okay. Great. Mine, so we're looking at my landscape. The horse is waiting for me, protecting me, maybe like a white knight vibe. That's what I imagine, but it's just the horse. And it's like, you good? And then the flowers are also white because everything just goes together. We got the metallic cube with the ladder, the white horse, the white flowers, and they're just properly dispersed throughout the landscape. Yeah. And, they're maybe like the size of your palm, and they just grow out just so not real perfect. Type of flower. Yeah, just like propped up on the Sahara Desert floor. So obviously really realistic. Okay. And then we got one more thing.
Okay.
There's a thunderstorm over the desert. Describe the storm.
Oh, it's rolling.
Where is it?
Thick. Yeah, it's
the
coming
color.
From the distance.
Okay, is it raining? Are there thunder clouds? No. Is there lightning?
It's that type of like turnover clouds that like kind of rolls in. They're dark.
Yes.
And it's not raining on me, but it's coming.
Okay, is it covering your whole desert or is it just...
It's off in the distance and I can see it almost like a bed sheet being pulled over.
Okay, that's cool.
But it's in the distance.
Yes. Okay, so mine was... It's over the entire landscape and they're high up. So there's no... Like the storm is present, but there's no weather changes that are really going to happen besides that maybe it like cools the desert or something. And they're like the puffy, like... light gray pillowy clouds.
Oh, but
it just blanketed the sky. Yeah, so it just like is up in there.
Okay.
I don't know when it's coming, but it's far away.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I think that's it.
I'm really excited to see how this all...
I know, me too. Okay,
you don't
now
know
for the results. No,
Oh.
I didn't look at the results because I was like, that has to be... Because I did the answers before. I was telling Tess, I imagined my desert before because I didn't want to read it. And then for the last 2 weeks, I've been thinking about what my desert looks like. So I just like thought about it when I read it and then I just wrote them down. But I didn't look at my answers yet. Okay, so Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay. The size of your cube is your ego. So the size of the cube is directly related to your impression of yourself. So a big cube depicts a more confident person, bold, strong, willing to be seen. So yours is big.
Mm-hmm.
A smaller cube introduces the possibilities of you rather being the more shy, introverted, modest type who would much rather blend in than stand out. So mine was medium size. So I'm both, I guess. Okay. A cube standing on the desert surface implies stability. You probably know what you want from life and you intend to get it. Logic and precise. Okay, well, I'm just going to read these for people who had other things. So, whilst the sunken cube or one covered with sand points to the more pedantic, one step ahead type that remains meticulous in all that they do, floating cubes connect to the more artistic type of person, dreamers, creators, spiritually elevated. Okay. Solid cube tells you that you know who you are and are not easy to manipulate and carry self-assurance. True. Hollow cube lets us know that you are still busy discovering your inner self.
True.
Interesting. That's cool. Okay. The ladder is your friends. How you imagine your ladder may tell much about your close relatives and friends and how you treat them. A ladder that is standing apart from the cube implies that you probably resolve most of your issues without the aid of family and friends. Okay, not us. A touching ladder would mean that you, or that's grammatically incorrect. That you're not completely dependent of your friends and family, but you do rely on them for support and guidance at times. And you know that you can count on them if you need them. Great.
What would be the other
So
alternative?
the more codependent person would, for example, have a ladder that is firmly pressed up against the cube or supporting the cube.
Got it.
Interesting. Should your ladder be higher than the cube, you value your friends and family highly and look up to them. A ladder at equal height would mean you see them as such equal.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
And lower.
Where did yours land?
Mine was the same.
Equal?
Yeah. Like you could just climb up and it was.
Yeah, you're just kind of right at the top.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And did I say this one? Lower would. This is not right. Lower or shorter than the cube would mean that you regard yourself as a leader or an alpha type.
Okay.
Okay, so the older the ladder is, so ours was the same material as our cube. The older the ladder is, a direct result of your subconscious relating to how well or how long you have known your friends. Let's say that you have a brand new ladder, then the friendships you have in your current space are probably mostly new or do not know you as well, while an old ladder would imply long, enduring friendships. Okay. We didn't go into the rings of the ladder. It's like literally goes into like the amounts of steps in your ladder.
Oh.
Okay. So the horse is your partner. That's cute. Fuck. All right. Are you seeing a sturdy brown working horse? Then a dependable and reliable partner is what you want in a partner. Okay. And if you saw a glamorous prancing horse, mine was glamorous and prancy. I don't know. It was like a white knight vibe.
Yeah. What if it's like a combo?
Then I guess you could say it's both.
Okay.
You would be the type of person that values the outward appearance more and might need someone that you would like others to approve of. And you might need someone that you would like. Oh, okay. Well, so unicorn or Pegasus might reveal unrealistic expectations. That makes sense. Pegasus. That'd be fucking lit, dude, just with wings. Okay. Anyway, insecurities or uncertainties in a relationship would be depicted as a horse moving far away from the cube. Whilst a horse moving towards the cube would be a sign of a new relationship or strengthening the bonds of an older relationship. A close relationship would be revealed by a horse that is close to the cube, which makes sense because your horse was close, mine was far. Okay. The flowers are your kids. Dude. The number of flowers means how many children you would like to have or see by your side. It could also imply something you have created or mother, so to speak. Dude, I could see that for your field of flowers because you have like a motherly vibe, you know? A vibrant, blossoming garden reflects on the health and prosperity of your children as well as your relations with others or with them. A cube that is overgrown with flowers could imply that your children are kept very close. This could be a draining or heavy on oneself. Make sure to keep balance. Whilst wilted or dead flowers. Sad.
That's so
yeah,
sad.
I didn't. I mean, someone could have pictured dead flowers because they're in a desert. Could be a sign of broken or lost relationships. Be sure to water your garden. Okay, look at the distance between the cube and the flowers. Now look at the relations you have with them in that respect and ask yourself how close you are to your children. Well, we don't have children yet. The storm are your fears, is your fears. A thunderstorm symbolizes threat and anxiety within yourself and your surroundings. Dude, yours is approaching. Oh, shit. Okay, if the storm is vaguely in sight or on the horizon, you are more peaceful inner place. However, the closer the storm, the closer the immediate threat. Should the storm engage in any of your elements without affecting it, you consider the threat manageable and have confidence in your ability of resolving matters. Okay.
Yeah.
And then if you imagine the storm affecting any of the elements within your picture, then you might currently feel overwhelmed by your problems. You hold a fear of the outcome more than the battle itself. Just remember, you are always bigger than your problems. I forgot that saying. That's a good one, actually, huh? And that was it.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
I love a little game on the
Me
pod.
too. Because it goes far beyond just like, we used to do a bunch of personality tests and things.
Hell
Remember
yeah.
that? They're so fun.
Enneagrams and what was that one that Josh sent us, the cowboy?
Oh, yeah. I don't remember what that was, but we had
Weird.
described.
Early on. How do
Yeah.
we not remember that?
I don't know.
Describe our
Excuse me.
spirit animal and stuff like that.
I don't remember that, but
right?
what I remember is it was questions like this, and it was like, if you were a body of water, what would you be? And you said like a lake or something or a river, I don't know, and I said the ocean. And it like had to do, I think it like had to do with your sex life also. Or like how you are in that way. Of course it was. But yeah, I don't remember. That'd be funny to listen back to that episode just to see.
Oh.
Alrighty.
Well, if you played, awesome. You just learned something new about yourself, huh?
Yeah, that's
I think
good.
that's great.
Yeah, I like that stuff.
Okay. Thank you for bringing that to the table. Thanks for sharing what's sexy in your head.
Yeah, same to you.
The motorcycle one got me good.
Ooh, because you know that is immediate reaction of like, that shit's sexy. Yeah.
Thanks for being here, you guys. Make sure that you have subscribed, please, and thank you. And
wish Tess a happy belated birthday. She's 30. She's 30 and I got about 2 more months and then I'll be 30 and it's just going to be great. We're going to walk into this decade just crushing it. And I know it's going to be better than 20s. Not that 20s was bad, but we just have, growing older is really fucking cool in my opinion. And I think that 30s are going to be great. So next episode, we'll talk about the things that we've learned in our 20s and we're taking into our 30s.
Can't wait.
I can't wait either because reflecting on that is very fun. Like I got emotional the other day writing one down. I was like, dude, that one hits. So yeah.
We're going to be a
Let's
sob
go.
fest. Dude. See you guys next
We'll
week.
see. Talk soon. Okay. Talk soon.